Redmi Note 10 Pro or Pro Max. It's actually the same phone but for different regions, and that's what I'm gonna discuss today. Let's see how this phone shoots, how this phone, I don't know, performs, and is it any good? Welcome to my channel, let's dive deep into it. Let's start with packaging, because why not to? This phone comes with a huge power brick just in the box, and not just a power brick, but a fast 33 watt adapter for free. It's very generous of Redmi in ages when some mobile companies get rid of power bricks completely. And this exact adapter lets you fill up to 50% of your phone battery. It's, I remind, 5000 mAh, which is huge, in just under 30 minutes. I mean, that's impressive. As I have already mentioned the power brick, it would be foolish not to mention the battery performance, because Redmi Note 10 Pro has an excellent one. It holds up to 2 days of normal usage and up to 1 full day of pretty heavy usage that I personally exercise, with lots of photos, lots of videos, some games and maximum brightness all the time. Next thing on the list is the design. I can't say it's bad, but it's not good either. Extremely glossy back, huge camera bump, poorly cut front-facing camera, I don't know how they managed to fail this, and noticeably big bezels make it look like Redmi didn't care at all. Like they just tried to put all the internals in a suitable box. I know it's not like that and there was a huge team of designers, but this phone does not feel like a huge design miracle for me. I think it's pretty average. Though the back panel here is made of glass, which is, I mean, it's like a premium material, isn't it? You'll still wish you have bought the Galaxy A52 with matte plastic the second after you unbox the Redmi Note 10 Pro, because it's so shiny that it's completely covered with fingerprints, extreme amount of dust and everything like that in just a few seconds. Speaking about design flaws, Redmi Note 10 Pro has a crucial one. The moment you decide to play a game in a landscape mode, you instantly touch the camera bump, and not only you have to clean it after you played your games, you also block the stereo speakers and it makes you wanna use headphones. Thanks God Redmi didn't throw away the 3.5mm mini jack, because it would be even more ridiculous. The screen on Redmi Note 10 Pro is OLED, and having both nice colors and 120Hz refresh rate, it makes it easily the best screen in this price range. This is definitely the biggest step forward comparing to the previous Redmi Note 9 series. Not only it is fast, but also bright. Redmi Note 10 Pro can go up to 700 nits in a day-to-day usage and even reach 1200 nits while watching HDR content. That's a lot of nits for a phone like this. And there is no flickering, because you can activate the DC dimming feature without any manipulations just in the display settings. By the way, there is no in-display fingerprint scanner, it's located on the side of the phone. For me, it was not a problem at all, but I think some people would prefer the phone with in-display fingerprint scanner, because some phones even cheaper have one. Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G chip, which is complemented by either 6 or 8 GB of RAM, depending on the model you get. Speaking about the internal storage, it can also differ, it's either 64 or 128 GB. And this performance is more than enough for a daily usage. I mean, scrolling through socials, web browsing and all that stuff, thanks to 120Hz refresh rate, it runs smoothly and with no delay. But if you're more about games, I would consider buying an older flagship, because this phone can't run all the heavy 3D games on the maximum settings. Now let's speak about the cameras. The main sensor here is 108 megapixel with aperture f1.9, though it has proved itself as a decent camera before in some more expensive phones. Don't expect anything extra here. Daylight photos are usually okay, but when it gets cloudy, everything becomes a bit more blurry and less saturated. I think the problem here is mostly software, and Google Camera might make things way better. However, what we have now does not look too good. Redmi Note 10 Pro makes awful photos at night with barely any details visible and bad overall processing. I think it's a huge software mistake. What's more interesting here is that the 8 megapixel ultrawide on the other side delivers a decent low light result. At least they're sharper than what the main sensor does. Overall quality of the ultrawide is more than okay for this price range. And speaking about other two cameras, they are macro and depth sensor, and I see no point in discussing them. Anyway, that's been it. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more.